Can you hear me? Rajul and Manushri, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. I heard you came and you left, went back.
Yes, ma'am. I came at 4:15. Actually, I didn't know the time change, but now as I'm only with my brother in my house, no one else is there, so I'm doing it online.
Sorry, I didn't get the last part. I didn't know there's some time change. Like, I was expecting class to be at 4, and we decided we'll do Merchant of Venice. Now I don't know if Rajul is there.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay. And do you have your Merchant of Venice? And I'm not.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember what we did in what we read in the first part? Act 1, Scene 2. Oh, sorry, Act 2, Scene 1. Manushri, do you remember what we read in Act 2, Scene 2 last time?
I'm not really well, or I just know the few things that the Prince of Morocco and a new person was introduced in this scene. And
Scene 1, there was Prince of Morocco who had come to woo our Portia. In Act 2, Scene 2, there are two characters. One is Lancelot and the other one is Gogo. Do you know who's Lancelot? We had read this part 1 last time.
Shylock's servant.
Sorry?
Shylock's servant.
That's right. Shylock's servant. And who's Gogo? Gogo was his blind father. Lancelot, blind father. Gogo had left Lancelot when he was very young, and then he returned now, and he had never seen Lancelot. So he came in search of Lancelot. And then Lancelot tried to, make fun of him, fool him, and then finally he, confessed that he is his son. That was in Act 2, Scene 2. Actually, in Act 2, Scene 2, there are 2-3 different stories. Here, Lancelot tells Gogo that he wishes to leave the service of his Jewish master, and wants to join the service of Bassanio. And then it so happens that Bassanio walks from there. They see Bassanio walk from there. And that's when Lancelot asks his father to approach Bassanio and ask him whether his Lancelot. Kuch samajh raha hai, Manushri? Lancelot did not want to work with his Jewish master. He wanted to work with Bassanio. So they are in the marketplace. तो क्या हो जाता है वहां से they see Bassanio walking. Abhi Lancelot tells his Gogo, that is his father, to go and speak to Bassanio. अभी Bassanio से क्या बात करने को कहता है वो? He goes and asks Bassanio whether his son Lancelot can work for him. वो जाके पूछता है कि क्या आप Lancelot को आपके यहाँ काम पे रखोगे? Okay, so he just goes there and requests him. So this part is all about that. The dialogues all relate to that. Okay. Lancelot So now, Lancelot, to him, father, go. God bless your worship. So he basically, the way we say hello, sir, that was their way of wishing a superior person. Bassanio, gramercy, wouldst thou want with me? That means, what do you want from me? Go. Here's my son, sir, a poor boy. Lancelot. Not a poor boy, sir, but the rich Jews.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Not a poor boy, sir, but the rich Jews man that would serve as my father shall specify. Now, in this part, you'll realize that Gogo tries to speak something, but he is also not very confident while speaking. And whenever he tries to speak something, Lancelot cuts him in between and himself tries to complete the sentence. मगर वो भी पूरा complete नहीं करता, वो भी आधा छोड़ देता है. एक आधी बात बोल के he keeps telling my father will explain. So that is the whole thing in this. When he calls her my son a poor boy, he is not a poor boy, sir, but the rich Jew man that would serve as my father shall specify. Go. He had a great infection, sir. Your infection means affection. That is, he is very fond of you. He has a great desire. Infection here means great desire. So he had great desire, sir, as one would say, to serve Lancelot. Indeed, the short and the long is, I serve the Jew and have a desire, as my father shall specify. Go. His master and he, saving your worship's reverence, are scarce KK cousins. That means they are scarce means they're hardly close friends. They do not like each other. So he and his master do not like each other. KK cousins means good friends. Lancelot, to be brief, the very truth is that the Jew, having done me wrong, doth cause me, as my father, being I hope an old man, shall crucify unto you. So he says that to tell you the truth, the Jew has done me a lot of wrong. He does not treat me well. And I hope my father, the old man, will be able to notify, tell you it correctly. Go. I have here a dish of ducks that I will bestow upon your worship, and my suit is. So here, Bobo had got a present. Now he had got this present for Lancelot's Jewish master. So he offers that present to Bassanio. So he says, I have a present for your worship, and my suit here means my request is Lancelot. In very brief, the suit is impertinent to myself. As your worship shall know by this honest old man, and though I say it, though old man, yet my father. I don't know if you're understanding what is happening here. Here he's trying to say, basically they both, Gogo and Lancelot, they are trying to tell Bassanio that Lancelot wants to work for him. But they are not able to tell him very clearly. And if you see Lancelot, if you see 149, 145, where he says, in brief, the suit is impertinent to myself. Your impertinent doesn't make any sense. The Lancelot is trying to make or use big words to create a good impression on our Bassanio. So Bassanio is definitely totally confused, and he asks, one speak for both. What would you do? Lancelot says, serve you, sir. So that means one of you speak, what do you want? And Lancelot says he wants to serve him. That is the very defect of the matter, sir. He says that was the main reason why we are trying to talk to you. Now again, defect of the matter is wrongly used here. Bassanio. Okay. Manushri, will you read from this part? I know thee well.
Yes, ma'am. I know thee well, thou hast obtained thy suit. Shylock the master spoke with me this day, and hath preferred thee, if it be preferment, to leave a rich Jew's service to become the follower of so poor a gentleman.
Okay. So he says, I know you. I know thee. That means I know you. Your master, Shylock, has already recommended you, has spoken about you to me. And if you really prefer to leave a rich Jew service and come and work for a poor gentleman like me. Yes, Rijul, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Can you read the next part? Lancelot, the old proverb is very well parted.
The old proverb is very well parted between my master Shylock and you, sir. You have the grace of God, sir, and he has enough.
Here he says that when Bassanio asked, do you really want to leave your rich Jew master and come and work for a poor man like me? So he says, he agrees. He says there is this proverb which fits you both very well, that you have the grace of God and he has enough. He has enough, but he's not as kind as you are. Bassanio, thou speakest at it well. Go, father, with thy son, take leave of thy old master and inquire my lodging hour. To his servants, give him a library more guarded than his fellows. See it done. So he says, he tells Gogo, father, go with your son, take leave from his old master, that is, go say goodbye to your Jewish master, and then come to my home, come to my lodging. And he tells, Bassanio tells his servant, give him clothes better than others. Make sure it is done. Lancelot. Father, A, I cannot get a service. No, I have never come in my head. Well, looking at his hand, if any man in Italy have a fairer table with doth offer a swear upon a book, I shall have a good fortune. Go to, here is a simple line of life. Here's a small trifle of wives. Alas, 15 wives is nothing. 11 widows and 9 maids is a simple coming in and for one man. And then to escape drowning thrice and to be in peril of my life with the edge of a feather bed. Here are simple scapes. Well, if fortune be a woman, she's good wench for this gear. What does this mean? So he says that he's very happy. He's basically very happy that Bassanio has offered him or agreed him to take him in his service. So he says that he's a very, very lucky man. I never had a tongue in my head. That means he could never speak for himself. He always wanted to leave the Jewish service and go and work for Bassanio, but he could never speak for himself, and therefore he could never leave the Jewish service. At the same time, he says that now it looks that he is very, very fortunate. He has a fairer table. Fairer table means he has a very good hand. He has a very good hand. He has good lines, fortune lines. And then he says how his fortune is good. So he says probably he will have 15 wives. He will have 11 widows. And somebody, tries, he will escape drowning. So basically, he's trying to tell us that he has very good luck, and therefore he has always, got saved from all kinds of misfortunes. Okay. What then? Manjushri.
Yes.
Hello, Manjushri.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Bassanio, I pay thee good Leonardo, think on this. These things being bought and orderly bestowed, return in haste, for I do feast tonight. My best esteemed
Acquaintance.
high thee go.
Okay. So basically, here, Bassanio now gives instructions to Leonardo. That's his own, here now, here exit Lancelot and old Gabo. Now we have Bassanio and Leonardo, who is his servant assistant, you can see. Now he's giving his assistant instructions because he says that he has feast in the night. So he's holding a feast for his acquaintances, that means his friends. And therefore he asks him to go and make the arrangements. Leonardo, my best endeavor shall be done herein. Now he is giving instructions to Leonardo. In the meantime, Graciano enters. Do you remember Graciano? Bassanio's friend. Graciano enters and asks Leonardo, where is your master? Leonardo, yonder, sir, he walks. That means he is here, sir. Graciano. Signor Bassanio. That means hello, Bassanio. Bassanio, Graciano. I have a suit to you. What does this sentence mean? Manjushri, I have a suit to you. That means, what does the word suit mean? What is the meaning of the word suit? I have a suit for you means suit to you. Rijul, any idea what is the meaning of this sentence? I have a suit. We have read this word before. I have a suit to you means I have a request to you for you. Okay, I have a request to you. Bassanio says you have obtained it. That means you have got it, whatever you want. Gracia, you must not deny me. I must go with you to Belmont. So he tells Graciano says Bassanio that you should not deny. I want to come with you to Belmont and don't deny my request. Bassanio says, why then you must? He says, okay, if you wish, then you can. But please listen, Graciano. Thou art too wild, too rude, and old of voice. That means he says, sometimes your actions are too wild, you talk too loudly, sometimes you're too rude. Parts that become the happily enough. He said, all these parts of yours, we like all these talks of yours. And in such eyes as ours appear no not faults. We never find any faults in what you say. But where thou art not known, why there they show something too liberal. So he says that, but in Belmont, where you are not known to the people, where people don't know you, they might find this too liberal. So your too liberal means that is too free, that you are too free and too rude. So he says, pray thee, take pain to allay with some cold drops of modesty. That means he says, I'm requesting you that you have to be a little more modest. You have to, I request you that you have, keep your temper a little more moderate. Don't be too rude. Don't talk too loudly. Don't be, too liberal, too modern. Thy skipping spirit, lest through thy wild behavior. So please do not keep your wild behavior and be misconstrued in the place I know to and lose my hopes. So he says, I may be misunderstood because of your behavior, and I might lose all my hopes of winning Portia. Now, what is Graciano's reply? Manushri, what is Graciano's reply?
Yes, ma'am. Or should I read it? Right?
Sorry?
Ma'am, I should read it, right?
Yeah.
Cristiano, if I do not put on a sober habit, Signer Baisanio, hear me. If I do not put on a sober habit, talk with respect and swear but now and then, wear prayer books in my pocket, look demurely, nay more, while grace is saying, would mine eyes, thus with my hat and sigh and say amen, use all the observance of civility, like one well studied in a sad obstinate, to please his grandam, never trust me more.
Okay. Did you understand what he said? Any idea what he said? See, earlier, Bassanio tells him, see, you can come with me, but you're too wild, you talk too loudly. Sometimes, you're too happy, you're too liberal. So, people misunderstand. Though we like all your qualities, the people who don't know you misunderstand. So, do not behave more modestly when you come to Venice. So, Graciano's reply is, says, yes, he will. He says, if I do not put, he says, he will put a he will behave, he will be very, very sober. He will talk with respect. He will swear, but now and then. That means, uh, wear prayer books in my pocket. That means he'll give an impression as if he's a very, very religious person. Nay more, while grace is saying, put my eyes. So when somebody is praying, during meal, before you have your meal, you say your prayer. He says when somebody is saying the grace, I will keep my eyes low and I'll sigh and I'll say amen. Use all the observance and I follow all the rules. I'll try to be as if I'm a very decent religious person who follows all the rules. To please his grandam, never trust me more. So he says it is like I have to please my grandmother and behave in the best of and be in my best of behavior. Bassanio. Well, we shall see you wearing your wearing. Is it okay? We'll see how your conduct is, how you walk, and how you behave there. Gratian. Nay, but I bar tonight. You shall not gauge me by what we do tonight. He says, yes, but don't expect me to behave tonight. Don't gauge my behavior from what I do tonight. Bassanio. No, that was pity. No. He says, no, I wouldn't do that. I would entreat you rather to put on your golden suit of honor. For we have friends that purpose merriment. He says, no, please do not be very serious. In fact, I want you to be have lots of fun. You should be, you should party and amuse everyone because we all friends have gathered for merriment, for having good time. But fare you well, I have some business. He says, but I have to go now, I have some business to attend to. Gracia, and I must to Lorenzo and the rest, but we will visit you at supper time. That means this, he will also meet to visit Lorenzo and they promise to meet each other at the supper time. I'll give you a few questions, okay? Based on this. So I know that you have understood. Your passages. Graciano's passage. You must not deny me. I must go with you to Belmont. That is, you see line 190. Line 190, above that, it is 189. You must not deny me from there till line 200. So till line 200. I'll give you the questions based on that. Can you see whatever I write on the board? First question is, what request did Graciano make to Bassanio? I think today there was some confusion, some mistake. Otherwise, usually we have it at 4:20, the class. Some mistake in the timetable. Okay. What request did Graciano make to Bassanio? Rijul, what is the first answer? Hello, Rijul. Is he there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still thinking. Ma'am, I'll write the answers at it.
Sorry? You have it written
Ma'am,
down?
I'll write the answers and
Okay, but I'll discuss one or first two answers, then you write. What request did Graciano make Bassanio? To Bassanio? You want 5 minutes to think, find the answer?
yeah, ma'am.
Okay. I'll ask Manushri and you after 5 minutes. So find out the answers.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in the question, what were Bassanio's reservations? We have to write what he had told Graciano not to do, right?
Right.
Okay.
See, tell me the first answer. What request did Graciano make to Bassanio?
Ma'am, to take him to Belmont with him.
That's right. So Graciano requested Bassanio to take him to Belmont along with him, or let him accompany to Belmont. That is also fine. Did Bassanio respond favorably?
He initially responded favorably.
Yes. So Bassanio did respond favorably initially. What were Bassanio's reservations?
Gratiano was outspoken, rude, and unmanageable.
Gratiano. Gratiano was outspoken. What was Bassanio's reservation? That Gratiano was outspoken, rude, mannerless at times. Therefore, was worried. Bassanio was worried that he would be misunderstood by the
And
by sorry
he would create a wrong impression.
and create a bad impression, wrong impression to the people who did not know him. That's right. What is Cristiano advised to do when he is in the company of strangers? To behave himself, to control his wild behavior, not to talk too loudly and be too liberal. That is the so uh, not to be too liberal, control his wild behavior, uh, act, act and speak politely. Act and speak politely. Can you see what I've written here? Did you finish writing third and fourth? Manushri, did you write the fourth answer?
Yes, ma'am.
What will be the fourth answer? What does Graciano promise?
Ma'am, Graciano promises to put on a sober habit and act in a serious and a good manner, talk with respect, and wear a prayer book in his pocket to be like a religious person.
Okay, very good. That's right. And what is the meaning of granddam?
And
Grandmother.
Grandmother, that's right. And entreat means to request. Okay. Pray means to request. Both these means to request. Tell me if you are done writing, okay? Done? Okay. So, in the second act, that is Act 2, Scene 2, what you see is there is Lancelot, that is Shylock's servant. He meets his father, whom he had not seen in a long time. So there is he tries to fool his father because his father cannot see well. Then in the next part, we see that Lancelot asks his father Bobo to go and talk to Bassanio and request him to take him in his service. Now, both Lancelot and Bobo are not very good with speaking, especially even Lancelot. And finally, they managed to ask Bassanio whether he can work for him, and Bassanio agrees. After that, Bassanio meets Graciano, and Graciano requests Bassanio whether he can come with him to Belmont. Okay? And then you know what happens. He tells that you need to behave sober, you have to be in a very disciplined, orderly manner, and Graciano agrees. Now, there is Act 2, Scene 3. What happens in Act 2, Scene 3? Again, Lancelot has decided to leave his master, the Jewish Shylock. Okay, the Jewish master Shylock. Shylock also has a daughter. His daughter's name is Jessica. Okay. Now, Jessica is a very kind girl. This Lancelot she's very kind and she treats Lancelot very well. This Jessica is in love with Lorenzo. Who's Lorenzo? Lorenzo is again Bassanio's friend. Okay. So through Lancelot, Jessica sends a letter to Lorenzo, and they both decide to elope, run away from Shylock's house. Understood? Kya ho raha hai? So now we are on Act 2, Scene 3. In Act 2, Scene 3, there are two characters. One is Jessica. Now who's Jessica, Manashri?
I'm daughter of Shylock.
Daughter of Shylock. And Lancelot, who is come here to take leave of his old master. Okay? The love story of Lorenzo and Jessica is introduced in addition to the Bond story, which provides stronger reason for Shylock to desire revenge. कुछ समझा? एक तो bond story है. He has signed a bond. Plus his own daughter Jessica is in love with Lorenzo, who is again a friend of Antonio and Bassanio. And therefore, the Shylock is all the more angry and wants to take revenge. Lancelot bids adieu. Bids adieu means says goodbye to Shylock's daughter Jessica, who asks him to take a message to Lorenzo. Left alone, Jessica expresses the conflict between her hatred to her father and her love for Lorenzo. Now, Jessica is also not very happy with her father because her father is a very stingy man, a very difficult person to live with. Scene 3, Venice, the street outside Shylock's house. Enter Jessica and Longstop. Jessica. I'm sorry now I'll leave my father's home. She says, I'm feeling sorry that I'm very sad that you will be leaving my father's job. Our house is hell and thou a merry devil. Didst rob it of some taste of tediousness. So she says that our house is a hell and you were like one happy person in this house. And you did rob, that means you did reduce some of the tediousness, some boredom. You know, it was nice to have you. You were a happy person. Otherwise, our house is hell, and you did steal, you did reduce some of my boredom. But fare thee well, but I wish you well. There is a ducat for thee. That means she gives him money. There's a ducat. She gives him one ducat. And Launcelot, soon at supper shall thou see Lorenzo, who is thy new master's guest. She says that now Lorenzo, you will see Lorenzo at supper because he is your new master, Bassanio's friend. Give this letter, do it secretly, and so farewell. I would not have my father see me in talk with me. So she comes there, she gives him a letter and tells him that give this to Lorenzo when you go to Bassanio's house. Today, Lorenzo will be there for the supper. Give it to him secretly. And now I'm bidding you farewell. I'm saying goodbye because my father should not see me talking to you. Lancelot. Adieu. Adieu means bye, goodbye. Adieu. Tears exhibit my tongue. Actually, he means tears inhibit. Inhibit means stop. Now, here you will realize, even in the previous part, Lancelot uses wrong words everywhere. So, he's saying tears exhibit my tongue. Means because of tears, I'm not able to talk. What he meant is tears inhibit my tongue. Most beautiful pagan, most street Jew. If a Christian do not play the name and get thee, I'm much deceived. That means he's saying all these words in praise of Jessica. He's calling her the most beautiful pagan. Pagan is the one who does not believe in Christianity, are called pagans. She says you are the most beautiful pagan, you're most sweet Jew. And if a Christian, now who's Christian here? Any idea who's Christian here? Who does he mean by Christian?
Bassanio.
Bassanio. So he's not Bassanio, Lorenzo. Here Lorenzo, because she has given the letter for Lorenzo. He says, if a Christian, that is Lorenzo, if this Lorenzo cheats her, if he is not sweet, good to her, then he will feel cheated. But adieu, these foolish drops do somewhat drown my manly spirit. Adieu. She said that he would not, he would not talk much because now he's feeling very, very emotional. Jessica. Farewell, good Lancelot. Alack, with heinous sin, is it in me to be ashamed to be my father's child? So she says, is it really so bad? Am I so bad that I'm ashamed of my own father? But though I am a daughter of his blood, I am not to his manners. She says, though I am his own daughter, though we are bonded together with blood, I do not approve of his manners. Oh, Lorenzo, if thou can promise, I shall end this strife, become a Christian, and die loving wife. So that means he says that if you keep your promise, I will end this conflict, whether I'm doing right or wrong, whether I should be with my father or whether I should go with Lorenzo. And very happily, I'll become a Christian and become your loving wife. So in Act 2, Scene 3, we have the dialogue between Jessica and Lancelot. Okay, I'll just give you two questions based on this. Okay, first question is, where are these speakers? Where are the speakers?
Ma'am, in the street.
Okay, street which where in Venice outside Shylock's house. They are in Venice on a street outside Shylock's house. Who is Jessica? You already know. Shylock's daughter. What does she think of her father and her home?
She thinks that her house is hell and she thinks that his house is hell and his father is really like a really devil person.
Okay, her house is in hell and her father is a devilish person. Who does not have decent manners. Okay, who does not have good manners. What does she ask Lancelot to do? What does she ask Lancelot to do?
To secretly give a letter to Lorenzo.
That's right. She asked Lancelot to give a letter to Lorenzo secretly. Who is Lancelot's new master?
Bassanio.
Very good. What is Jessica's plan?
To end the conflict and become a Christian and marry.
Okay, to leave Shylock's home, become a Christian and marry uh, what is it, Lorenzo, and marry Lorenzo. What does Lancelot desire? Lancelot also desires that Lorenzo is kind to Jessica and does not cheat her. Okay, so you write only one answer. What does Jessica ask Lancelot to do? Visual, did you get the answer? What does Lancelot desire?
No, ma'am.
What does Lancelot desire? What is his desire? Lancelot also desires that. What does he desire? That Lorenzo will not cheat Jessica and be honest with her. He desires that he is good, honest with her and not cheat her. ठीक है मनोश्री? Did you write the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. In that case, we'll stop here. Hopefully, next time I'll see you in the class.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, today it was a personal problem. That's why I couldn't come.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
टेबल करूंगा हाँ एन टॉप शेप but and all